Horror has a lot of subgenres, so let's break them down and discuss them. In this video, we're going to talk about science fiction horror with recommendations. So science fiction horror is pretty self-explanatory. It's horror to do with science. So you have things like biology, aliens, things like that. So the most famous example of this, and we have to start here, of course, is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, about Victor Frankenstein, who makes his monster and sends him out into the world. Highly recommend you check this out. It's different than the movie. Another very similar example to this is The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells. H.G. Wells is probably best well known for like The War of the Worlds and The Time Machine, and all his books have horror elements, but this one I think is a very strong one. Again, about the dangers of playing God. Then you have something like Who Goes There by John Campbell, which inspired The Thing by John Carpenter. So the alien crashing on Earth and just, taking over people's bodies and stuff. John Wyndham is another author that is very famous for his cozy science fiction horror stories, such as In the Midwich Cuckoos, which is an alien invasion, but not in the way we think of it. Another great example of this, of course, is Jack Finney's The Body Snatchers, about an alien invasion in a very different way than what we're used to. Then you have the Andromeda Strain, like Michael Crichton, a lot of his books, like Jurassic Park, Prey. There's lots of horror elements in there. This one is about this meteor that crashes and this plague that kind of spreads on Earth. And then you have something like Jeff Vandermeer's Annihilation, which kind of crosses over with cosmic horror, but lots of science fiction here about the land being infected. You also have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, which is more focused on the science fiction, but there's still elements of horror in it, and it's pretty easy to read. You have The Gone World, which again crosses over with cosmic horror a lot, but lots of like time travel and teleportation and really interesting stuff. And then you have Blindside by Peter Watts. I love this. This was like aliens, vampires, consciousness, space. Really interesting. It's pretty hard to read, and lots of like scientific concepts in here. You also see this a lot with Greg Bear, such as in Hull 03, or he's got another one called Blood Music, about these like micro orbs that are stuck in the body, and it's really crazy stuff. And check this one out. This is a collection of novellas. This is the first omnibus, and this is the Reality Bleed series. This is essentially about on Mars, this facility breaks open, and these like alien demons come out. What does that sound like to you? It's pretty cool. And then you also have another example of this with Paradise 1 by David Wellington, which gets set in space with aliens and just really interesting, concepts of science. So if you love science fiction, what are your favorites?